What's up guys and welcome to Beyond the Gauntlet. Today we're going through a theory, an MCU Spider-Man theory for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, this isn't a theory I pulled from the internet. This is a theory I am breaking down and have created myself. Now, that doesn't mean that anyone who has come up with this theory before, I'm copying them. I haven't actually searched up yet. This is all coming from my head and some facts that I've pulled up. So let's get into it. My theory is that the Venom symbiote left in No Way Home will bond with Bruce Banner, the Hulk, in Brand New Day. Now, that's going to sound crazy. When I first thought of it, I thought, you know what, that's not going to happen. But on further research, there is a small likelihood. Now, I'm going to be pulling the facts up that I found on here. So, let's get to the first one. Right, this is how I came up with this theory. The most serious one is the fact that Mark Ruffalo, in a fan event in Rome, said to fans on a Q&A panel, "I promise you 1000% that he," meaning Spider-Man, "will fight an alien in the future." Why is this important? The Venom symbiote is an alien. Venom is an alien. Now, we know that Spider-Man and Hulk will be having a bit of a brawl in Brand New Day. So could Hulk himself, the alien? And I think that because how else would Mark Ruffalo know unless this is happening in Brand New Day? Or unless they're both in Doomsday or Secret Wars? That's the only way he'd know, I think, because I doubt they're all telling him what's going to happen in the future of the MCU with his previous track record. So that's how I formed the basis of this theory. But there is more evidence, so let's get into it. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, there are new Hasbro Marvel films that have leaked on the internet. And basically, they show the Hulk. And right around his wrist is Spider-Man webs. Now, like some theories have suggested, which we'll get into earlier, he is slightly more grayer. He isn't the full Savage Hulk green. He's got the clothes on his shoulders, and he, obviously the main point, he has the spider webs on his wrist and his hand, just like that. So why would Spider-Man be fighting the Hulk? Well, there's a few theories for that. Reports indicate that him and the Punisher are going to team up against the Hulk, but why would the Hulk be raging? Well, you know that Bruce Banner is going to be, a mentor sort of figure in this film to Peter. So why would he get mad, and how would he get mad, and how would him and Peter actually end up, brawling? Because he's got the Venom symbiote, he's acting up, he's going crazy. Nothing unusual for the Hulk, but evil, not so evil, but a sort of venomous version of the Hulk. And this is something fans have been wanting since Professor Hulk first made his appearance in Endgame and later in She-Hulk. Because fans do not like Professor Hulk. Fans haven't liked Professor Hulk since the moment he showed up in Endgame. And MCU fans, including me, have been longing for the return of Savage Hulk, which gives more proof for this theory. We know Savage Hulk's coming back, so why not make him an ultimate savage form of the Hulk? This is the most savage he could get if he has a symbiote. He could be destroying everyone. He could even oppose Jean Grey, who might be played by Sadie Sink. Might not even be in this film, but I think that's who Sadie Sink's playing. If you want to see why I think this, check out my Spider-Man Brand New Day video. I go through why I think Sadie will be playing Jean Grey in this film. But back on topic, I suppose Spider-Man Brand New Day is the topic, but back on the topic of Hulk getting the symbiote. Set photos that were took, I don't know where they were filmed, so I would tell you, I know a lot was filmed in Scotland, but I'm not sure if these ones are in Scotland. But they show an injured Bruce Banner, so Bruce Banner, the Hulk, getting into an ambulance, and he's being loaded into the back of an ambulance, basically. And why would he be in an ambulance? Here's what I think. I think he's getting into an ambulance because this is the result of the symbiote. Now, I think that's because he's either forcibly left or violently came. So this could be the start of the symbiote slowly taking over him and him having to get in an ambulance because of that. Or it could be the fact that it's left his body and it has left him in ruins. Now, I know, people think that Scorpion will have the symbiote in Spider-Man Brand New Day or an upcoming Spider-Man project. And this could still be the case. If if Scorpion was to get the symbiote in Spider-Man Brand New Day, then this could mark a similar event to what happened in the comics. To explain, in the comics, the Venom symbiote can sometimes jump from one person to person fast rather than slow like we're used to with Eddie Brock. So rather than it sticking to one partner for a long period of time, it can jump from one to one. Now, this could mean that Hulk has a symbiote and Scorpion has a symbiote at different points. Now, if you think that theory is true, that little sub one we have there where the symbiote might be jumping from one person to person, this could also link to the fact that in the trailer, we know that Peter has black eyes. Now, it looks like he's fighting the Hood when this happens, and he still could be, but I think the symbiote might have jumped onto him in this scene. Now, that might not be the case, but imagine it is. The symbiote going from Scorpion to Hulk to Peter himself would be crazy. To wrap this theory up, as a lot of Marvel fans will know, the reports indicate that the Hulk will be grey in this film. Now, obviously, that hasn't been largely what we've seen within toy leaks. What some of the actors have said. There hasn't been much actual MCU Marvel, evidence that he could be grey. However, maybe the grey could be the symbiote while Hulk has him. Or the symbiote jumps onto Bruce. He enrages his full power. That's maybe why he turns back into, the full Savage Hulk. And he just takes over. And as a grey sort of variant, because we know the main colours for the symbiote, black, grey, white sometimes. So maybe he's grey because the symbiote sort of dilute in his natural skin colour of green. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you want more Marvel theories, head over to my Marvel tab, give it a like, and watch some of my other videos. Hit that like and subscribe button to see more. Thanks for watching, guys.